performing the Mount Everest of guitar repairs, maybe even the K2 of guitar repairs. I got this Martin 000 off of eBay for a really good price, and this is the reason. When you run a straight edge along the neck, it smashes into the bridge here, not even the saddle, into the wooden bridge. And that means that the neck is tilted really far forward this way. You can't get your strings down, you can't get your action good, basically no matter what you do. So you have to pull the neck off, and it's a violent procedure. It's sometimes a painful procedure. A lot of guys won't do it. If you ask pretty much any tech, they're going to tell you it's the toughest thing to do with a guitar. So with that being said, we'll get it going. First thing we got to do is heat the extension, the fretboard extension, and lift it up off the body because it's glued down. And I like to use these big books to sort of absorb some of the energy and keep it away from the rest of the guitar. Here's as though I've been able to get my palette knife under each part of the tongue extension. It's still coming out a little bit warm too, which is good. When removing a fret, you want to start from this one little corner. And slowly make your way over with it. This is my least favorite part of this procedure. You can see with my little probe here, and on this side we're going all the way through, and on this side we're going all the way through as well, so we're going to have a nice little circulation of steam kind of in and out, helping the glue joint. Oh yes. Show you something. Watch this little part at the end of the neck. It's getting ready to release. It's about to go. And there she blows. Now we have to survey the damage. Almost none. None. So now I just got to give it a couple of days to dry out. I would say that between the steam and the shaking, it was maybe 20 minutes before it released. A couple days later, and we're all dried out, and I'm removing the remainder of the glue. See, there's a little bit of glue that I didn't get out when I was steaming it. So now we're getting down to some of the details. I have to plug these numbers into this equation. And that tells me how much I have to take off here, tapering back to 0 here. It's not very much, and I've already done a little bit of it, and we're already starting to get there. So now that we're getting closer to the end zone, I'm going to start my repairs. I'm sure at least one person who was watching the beginning of this saw me drilling into the guitar and said, how are you ever going to come back from that? And this is how we do. Ian Schneller out in Chicago actually turned me onto this stuff. And we're going to fill the little holes. See that? There's one on the other side too, that we drilled into the neck pocket. The great thing about this stuff is how fast it works. Within an hour, this will basically be ready to chisel. So it's very, very fast setting epoxy. You don't have to wait overnight in order to get your results, which is good. So, majority of our work is done. We see that when I take the straight edge, it's no longer hitting the bridge. And I measured it, and it's coming up just a little bit less than 1/8 off the bridge here at the saddle. Okay, what I'm doing here is checking to make sure I haven't lost my center line. I'm doing it the old school way with a piece of twine. You can use straight edges and things like that, which I will do at some point, you know, because you want to triple check things and make sure that they're all really
all set to
What I'm
go.
doing now is using sandpaper to really snug the heel of the neck up against the body. There's you know, what happens is when you chisel, you get inevitably little high spots here. So when you pull the sandpaper through the area where you chiseled, it sands away the high spots. Here's the repaired fretboard. See if you can guess what fret got drilled into. It's not that easy. It's this one right here. Modern woodworking has made it such that you can really, you know, cover stuff like that very well. I mean, you'd never really, even with the inconsistencies and the rest of them, you'd never pick that one out as, oh, that's a drilled area right there. So there's the patch from the other side. And I leveled off. So I'm just going to reattach it. Here we are, all clamped up. All right, let's take them off and see what we got. And here it is after the string up. So if we look back here, there aren't any signs that we were ever in there, which is good. That's how we want it. The joint's nice and tight. And if we look at our fret here, which is this one, with the strings up, you really can't tell that anything ever really happened. So the procedure was a success. I'm still gonna give it a fret level, and I'm gonna put a different saddle in here too. I mean, we lowered, since we changed the neck pitch, we lowered the action quite a bit. And as you can surmise, there are some dead spots here and there. So I do have to make a couple more adjustments to it before I take it out, but far and away, the most difficult procedure is over with.